he's looked good this spring so far. So yeah, Urquidy
Montas?
just went. We got
Yeah,
Urquidy.
I got Urquidy, yeah. All right, Montas is interesting. Anyone else?
You want to gamble on Zach Eflin again this year?
Not at this point, no.
No.
Taylor Rogers, Conway went, nah, you can do Rogers. How about Bassett, Chris Bassett? Any interest?
Well, or why not go with a hitter? Why not go with Michael Brantley here?
For the average. That's a good
For the
idea.
average.
All right, let's go Brantley then for the batting average and the outfielder. And that solidifies our outfield there. Okay. So we got Urquidy, Brantley, and then we'll pick up probably another pitcher next time. Okay, Ray, let's see what you got here. Well, you got your closer and a half. What do you think, Will Smith? You think he's going to get the line? Are they going to split it, or are they going to just announce somebody?
I'm pretty confident it's going to be Smith. I've collected a lot of him. That's not to say I'm so confident that I'm not going to find a chance to get Chris Martin down in the last couple of rounds here if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
But I'm fairly confident it's going to be Will Smith.
Jared Kelenic just went. Now, with Will Smith, there's a lot of lefties in that bullpen, I believe, in the Atlanta bullpen.
Yeah, which actually I think works to his advantage because if there's a need to get a left-handed hitter out in the seventh inning, they've got A.J. Minter to do that.
Yeah, they need Chris Martin. They need a right-handed specialist almost for seventh, eighth inning.
Yeah, exactly. When they need a righty in the seventh, they're going to use Martin, and then there's no one else. There's no other righty that turns to in the ninth.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
What a great thing, but I believe that actually helps the situation. All right, 3 picks to you. Frankie Montas just went to Pierre Camus. Who do you thinking of?
Yeah, I'm looking for at least one starting pitcher here, maybe two. This is a spot where it turns out I actually kind of like what's available. I'm going to be up next here, and Rodriguez is going to be one of them. He's one guy who I think is almost criminally undervalued this spring. I know why it happened, where there were so many questions about his offseason and coming back from the myocarditis last year, but I have not seen his ADP rising at all, even though he showed up in camp healthy, and I think yesterday threw 4 innings and is clearly going to be ready to go. So I'm jumping on that for sure.
Yeah, all right.
And for my second one, I was looking at Eflin, who I know Ruben mentioned a couple of minutes ago.
Yep.
I'm actually going to try, I think, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'll take Eflin. I was going to say Michael Pineda too, but I've got those guys very close, so I'll try Eflin.
Sounds good. What do you make of the Philadelphia closing situation? Archie Bradley versus Hector Neris.
I think that's a quagmire. I think
yeah.
I'm not sure I have enough. It's one of those cases where I'm not even sure. I've collected a fair amount of Neris, but I'm not even sure that I care who gets named the closer because it's not one of these cases where I think that whoever gets named is magically just going to hold a job all year. I think they're probably both going to struggle at times and ping pong the job back and forth. And I don't think I want to ride that roller coaster.
Right. Okay. We talked about that on the show, but yeah, I mean, Neris has been the guy for a while, so it's hard to, it's usually the closer until he isn't. What do you make of the whole Detroit situation? There's any one of 4 guys could possibly be the one. It's a terrible situation, but do you have a favorite in the Detroit bullpen?
Yeah, I'm on the Joe Jimenez bandwagon there. He got deposed from that job really early last summer, but kind of quietly after they relegated him to middle relief, he completely straightened himself out in September. He had like 12 innings of 1-run ball with 13 strikeouts, and I don't really like the skills of anybody else in that pen, so I'm sort of figuring that, it may not be right away, but I think Detroit's going to eventually default back to him.
Yeah. All right, up to us. I'm looking at Miguel Sano, Raimel Tapia, who gives us the average in steals. Randall Grichuk, probably too early for him, and who knows what they're going to do there. There's David Fletcher, who's might also fit our roster, Ruvain, and Joaquim Soria, Archie Bradley. We can go with that. Any thoughts?
I think we need another starter at this point, and we're up on the clock already here. Because Chris Bassett went, and a lot of the starters went. There was a closer on before. I think we can go starter closer possibly here.
I think I'd rather have the bat. Tapia, and any interest in him? Too early? Or Soria?
We don't really,
you want to go Soria?
You go with the closer. Go with the closer instead.
All right, we'll go with Soria. What starting pitcher you're interested in?
Urias, I think, is still there. You can go with
Luis Urias. No, I'm sorry.
Julio Urias.
No, he's not available.
Herman Marquez.
Yes. You know why I like Herman Marquez? Because he pitches he has one of the highest innings per start. And today, you want to get wins. It's just about lasting in the game. Love it. I think he had either the second or third highest number of innings last year, by the way, after Lance Lynn. All right, it's up to us. Yeah, let's go Herman Marquez. Good thought. All right. Now we've built up a nice rotation of Castillo, Snell, Lamet, Urquidy, Marquez, perfectly fine for a 12-teamer. And we got the closer, Soria and Diaz. Richard Rodriguez just went. You prefer Soria or Richard Rodriguez, Ray?
I think I prefer Soria, actually.
Okay.
I don't see any. I don't see a lot of competition for either guy in either bullpen. I think they're both going to be the lead and not get pushed out of the role. But Rodriguez has more trade risk.
Right, that is true. In general, is it better to draft a certain closer on a bad team or uncertain situation on a good team?
Team context doesn't matter that much to me as long as you're as long as you're above the minimum floor. Pittsburgh might be that bad this year that they're below the minimum floor. Pittsburgh and Baltimore probably are at risk for that. Anybody else, as long as they're going to win 65, 70 games, there should be enough save ops to go around.
Right. All right, coming closer to your turn. Oh, TJ Antone taken. Quickly, TJ Antone, is he the closer in Cincinnati?
I don't think so, although now that Amir Garrett is having arm problems on top of Lucas Sims having arm problems on top of everything else that's going wrong in that bullpen, It made the fault of that by the end of the month, the way things are going.
Yep. Okay, close to you?
Close to me, I've got Ha-Sung Kim in my queue as a possible middle infielder, but I've got to pay attention to the way the roster's laid out here because that's got Brandon Lau in the outfield still. I think I'd rather get an outfielder here, so I'm going to go look for some power. I just saw Kyle Schwarber go, who would have been a nice fit. Jesse Winker's a good fit. I'm going to take him as an outfielder, and then I need a corner as I continue to build up the base of offense here. So
Dominic Smith can be used in each. You can use him as outfielder.
That's right. You're right. So I could take yet another outfielder. You know what? I'll take Max now. Who do I like at the corner? But as much as Max Kepler, I got 10 seconds here. I'll take Miguel Sano. We'll take a little batting average risk for giant power there.
I don't think it's a batting average risk. I think we know that he's not going to be a good batting average guy.
Yes. Batting average downside, but I'm not running the actual calculations here, but I suspect I've got enough foundation to absorb that.
Yeah, and the thing is with these low batting average guys like Gallo, they talk about batting average risk. I mean, there's no batting average risk for Joey Gallo. I'm projecting him at a 210 average. Like, what do you think it's going to go to? If it's going to go to 180, it's not going to play. There's not a risk there. If you're projecting him and you're doing the values and you're pegging in 210, that's the value. You're lucky if it goes higher, and you'll get actually more value. But if he's a bargain at a 210 average, there's no batting average risk. It's priced in already.
Well, sure. If you're projecting him at 210, sure. You're right. If he goes lower than that, he won't play. But for instance, my Gallo projection is 237.
Oh, okay.
Which there probably is some downside from that.
Yes. But
there's also upside from there. He could hit anywhere between a 237 hitter could hit anywhere between 210 and 250.
Right. So for you, whatever your value, you're going to value Gallo a lot higher, but then you have batting average risk. I'm valuing Gallo wherever he is. There's no batting average risk. I'm just pricing it in already. It's very, very interesting there. Okay, Ruvain, your thoughts so far on the draft here?
I think it's going the way we would like it. I mean, I don't see us reaching for anything yet. I think we're on par for everything, and I think we're actually going to go hitter here in the next turn.
Yeah, Andrew Benintendi available. Max Kepler. So Max Kepler might bat leadoff and might score a lot of runs in the Twins. I kind of like that. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. David Fletcher, good middle infielder, batting average. That's also a decent thing. We've got enough power here. So those are my options I'm looking at.
Ian Happ is also supposed to, I think, bat lead off in Chicago, and he's also still available.
No, he's not. He was taken, I think. I have a J.A. Happ, but I think Ian Happ is...
Yeah, Happ was in my queue at one point, and he disappeared, so he must be gone.
Yeah. Anybody batting leadoff is a good bet here. Now, it looks like Cardi has more middle infielders, so I can wait on David Fletcher. I think I'm going to go Benintendi first right here. I think at round 18 is a good bet on a new team. What do you think?
I think it's worth a shot in this late.
Let's give it a shot. Here we go, Benintendi. All right, and I'm going to pick up David Fletcher on the way back, who fits our profile well, and I have him actually valued pretty high, decently high here. Again, it's game theory here. I took him because I see that Cardi is filled up. He's got Bichette, he's got Semien, he's got Segura, Moustakas, whom he might even use in that spot. Look at that, Max Kepler taken. So we did have to take an outfielder by him, and Jake Odorizzi taken. Interesting there. I'm going to go David Fletcher, and we get some batting average now with him.
And roster flexibility as well.
And roster flexibility. This way we have McNeil, and we can either take a shortstop or middle infield or a second baseman next time. Doesn't matter. Are you? What do you think of Benintendi, Ray, this year? Is this a good gamble in the 18th round, or he's just going to fall off the face of the earth?
I don't have a strong feel for the degree of the rebound, but you don't need much of a rebound at all in round 18.
Right.
This is a guy who has returned $25 sixth round kind of return before, and you're getting him at a massive discount. Kind of like the earlier conversation. There's no risk here. The 12-teamer, if he's bad early, you just drop him, but you may get somebody who returns 10 rounds worth of profit for you.
Right. And that fills up. He's our fifth outfielder, so I'm pretty happy with that. Franmil Reyes is our utility. We're just missing a corner, by the way. Ruvain, we can fill him up with some cheap spots, and we'll go there. All right, coming back to you, Archie Bradley just taken. That's pretty good price for Archie Bradley, by the way, in the 19th round, I think.
Yeah, that is. Neris hasn't gone yet, has he? I'll be curious to see if he tries a handcuff here.
Not a bad plan. That'll be Clay Link having that. Yeah, at this point, that it's a good handcuff, because that's a situation that I think whoever is the guy, as opposed to like Tampa Bay where there's no guy. It's just everyone's going to get 10 saves. The ball boy's going to get 2 saves. That kind of situation.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to go through 10 guys there. They might go through 2 or 3, but it's not going to be 10.
Up to you.
All right, I'm going to grab for my last outfielder Mitch Hannah.
Nice.
Seems to be healthy, and I think is another guy sort of like Eduardo Rodriguez, who isn't climbing the ADP as fast as he should. And then let's see. You were talking. You were talking about waiting on catchers. We could wait all night on catchers in this draft, but I've got sort of a favorite hobby horse this year, so I'm going to grab Mitch Garver here.
All right. There we go. Garver's got to have a rebound. After just a brilliant 2019 last year, he wasn't good. The only thing I worry about Garver is he's not going to get that many at-bats relative to some of the other more higher-up catchers. He's going to have a complete share. Like, he'll be 50-50 at best. Is Astudillo going to catch it all?
He might. I'm actually not as convinced that, it might be a problem early in the season, but if there's a logjam there and Garver is hitting, Ryan Jeffers acquitted himself well last year, and he's certainly the catcher of the future there. But, once the minor league season actually starts in May, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they send Jeffers down to get some work and leave the job to, Garver 75% and Astudillo 25% for the bulk of the season.
Yeah. All right, Ruvain, I think we need a corner and a pitcher. The options for corners are Eduardo Escobar. Yuli Gurriel might fit our team well. Bobby Dahlbeck, huge power. Heimer Candelari, a little bit deeper. Kyle Seager with some power. And Rowdy Tellez. I kind of like Rowdy Tellez as upside at this point. What the heck?
I have a lot of shares of Bobby Dahlbeck already. His power in spring training, a lot of times it doesn't translate, but he also hit for power at the end of last year. So I'm kind of high on him. Yes, they're going to bat him pretty low in the order, but you know what? That's less pressure on him. And that lineup's actually going to be pretty good. So I think he's going to get a good shot at it. And I'm really... of all the corners you mentioned, I like him the best. I'm a little nervous about Yuli Gurriel. He's getting older. He's not a young guy anymore. That lineup isn't what it used to be, so I'm a little concerned about that.
Better than Rowdy Tellez?
Rowdy Tellez is a matter of playing time. There's so many outfielders there. There's only one DH spot. So,
okay.
Again, it's a matter of playing time. And I think Bobby Dahlbeck will get more playing time, and he'll get a bit more stats.
All right, we'll go with Dahlbeck. Pitcher, there's James Paxton might be a good upside play here. We could also go with the closer, Matt Barnes or Anthony Bass, who we just had on the show Monday night. who I think he pretty much said that he said he's the high leverage guy. He's there to